This is Earl Amin with the 2024 Sight Podcast, where CEOs of small to global companies share their insights. It is 6 questions in 9 minutes because top CEOs know how to listen and be concise. So let's get to it. First of all, welcome. And in just a few sentences, tell us who you are and what you do.
Well, thank you very much for having me on the show, Earl. It's a pleasure to be here today. My name is Alvin Pyke, and I am the CEO of Logix Corporation. What I do is build great teams. I build things. I build equipment. I build businesses. I build furniture. I consider myself to be a builder first and foremost. I love working with people, and I love the team I work with over at Logix today.
Excellent. Well, tell me, Alvin, what's the best thing about being the CEO of your company?
For me, Earl, I think being the CEO of a company gives me an opportunity to impart the things that I've learned over my life. As a plus 60-year-old, I have learned an awful lot of things over my life, and I get an opportunity every single day to impart some of the lessons that I've learned. A lot of them through hard knocks, a lot of them through failure. And I'm not shy about pointing out that some of the things that I have learned over my life have been through some of the epic failures that I've had. And it still keeps me motivated. I don't shy away from those failures. And I keep telling our team that ultimately you will fail, we will celebrate, and we will move on and succeed. And really, I think that is the biggest thing that I can do as a leader of our organization is teach our young people the things that I have learned over my life.
Outstanding. We're going to come back to that in a moment. Now, I'm sure that along your career where you've had successes and opportunities to learn, that you've heard from, as I have, other CEOs that say that leading their team and being able to see the road ahead can be a challenge. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think what you're talking about, Earl, is vision, is the vision that you have for your company and for yourself, as well as your team. And I guess when it comes to vision, I think that there's no better words than to say that it's lonely at the top, that when you're out there, and you're having those self-doubts that, am I doing the right thing? Is this vision? Are we going in the right direction? Is this going to be successful? That the only thing you can do is paint that picture for your team, get a vivid picture in their mind of what success looks like from your mind. And hopefully they see the same picture that you do, and everyone aligns behind that vision going forward. And it is lonely out there, and you've just got to rally the troops around your vision to have them come along for the journey.
Indeed, indeed. Well said. Well, tell me, Alvin, getting back to what you stated earlier, what specific piece of insight do you want to share with and for the benefit of other CEOs?
I would say that it's the little things that matter, Earl. The big stuff, when it comes to building culture, when it comes to building teams, the big stuff is seen by everybody. It's easy to see, it's easy to follow, it's easy to understand. It's the little things that matter the most. And it's bringing that authentic self to a conversation, to a meeting, to whatever it is that you're trying to apply to your team. Is those little cues, those belonging cues, for example, the leaning in, the soft touch, the smile. All of those things play a critical role as a leader in ensuring that your people are engaged and they believe you and you're authentic. And I think that's the key is bringing your authentic self. And that takes a lifetime to learn how to do that.
Yeah, man, brilliant. So tell me now, in your journey, you've met other up and coming and now successful CEOs like yourself. Who would you like to acknowledge or give a shout out to and should be on my podcast?
Well, I have had so many mentors over my life, Earl. There are so many CEOs that I admire and look up to from my local circles here in the Edmonton region. And I've got to say that Jeff Tetz from Results Canada would be a fabulous guest. He's an up and comer in thought leadership, and I really do look up to Jeff. I've been a member of Tech Vistage in the US and several CEOs that I've worked with. A young up and coming young CEO by the name of Liam Murphy with Fireball Equipment is someone to admire. He's half my age, but I wish I had his wisdom when I was his age. Very, very smart man. I think worth having on your podcast. And my good friend and mentor, Lauren White, who has since retired, but has run several large organizations over his career and is currently a board member on several of the businesses around our local community here. But just a great guy who understands business and understands people. And I think those three would be a great read or a great interview for you on this podcast.
Excellent. Thank you. We received that.
Yeah.
So now, Alvin, for the final question, how do you celebrate a win?
Oh, how do I celebrate a win? I think that for me, celebrating a win would be trying to find the people who made it happen, recognizing the people who made the win happen. Because a win doesn't ever happen on your own. It always happens with a group of people. And I think for me, being able to give the accolades to someone on my team who helped us get there is the most rewarding thing for me. I'd rather not be in the spotlight. I would rather somebody else get the credit for a great win. And if I can celebrate it with them, I think that's the way I would celebrate a win.
Outstanding. Well, Alvin, it's been a great pleasure having you on today. Tell me, how can people find you?
Well, I'm certainly on LinkedIn my name, Alvin Pyke, on LinkedIn, so I can be found there. I'm not a real big social media guy. I do the LinkedIn thing quite well, or through my email, alvinp@titanlogix with an x.com. And happy to chat with anybody about this or my answers to your questions, Earl. And God, I wish I had a lot more time with you because I have so many questions I want to ask you. You have so much wisdom that I'd love to tap into at some point, Earl. So hopefully we get a chance to do something like this again.
We will see to it.
Yeah.
Very good. This is Earl Amin with the 2020 Foresight Podcast. For more insights, go to LinkedIn and search for the Gray Owl Company. Alvin, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Earl. It's been a real pleasure to talk to you today.